Off day, I'm Michael Tuncap, and I'm here with one of our distinguished partners from the University of Washington, Seattle, and we're going to hear some of their thoughts about the value of having the Green River College First Peoples Conference. Welcome to Green River.
Hey, thank you.
Can you tell our audience, please, your name and what institution you're from, sir?
Yeah, Babush Isaksije, Ikteluish. My name Isaksije, it means good lad. I'm a citizen of the Abzalugaya Crow Nation of Southeast Montana. Specifically, where I'm from is called Braine. And I'm the tribal liaison currently for the University of Washington, Seattle. And I also direct the Wakhlabal, the Longhouse, the intellectual house on campus. That project took us over 45 years, and I'm lucky to be here today with one of my mentors. Michael was one of my mentors when I first came into the University of Washington system. He and my big sister, Paulette Jordan, put me under their wings and put me to work on student leadership and student advocacy. And so it's awesome to come here and see a director, you know, like one begets the other.
Yes.
And I think that's amazing that I'm able to spend that time here today. And I just came in because I was in the neighborhood, and I just wanted to say hello and see the team. So.
Well, thank you for raising that. One of the things we tried to adopt from the University of Washington is this year we have diversity student commissioners.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
we have a First Peoples student commissioner.
Yeah.
Then we also have a First Peoples peer navigator. We also here have the First Nations organization, which we've had for over a decade. And we now, 3 years ago, established a Pacific Islander Student Union. And so, what value do you think these kinds of organizations play for students who hope to transfer to the UW Seattle? What role does that leadership play in their background, and does the UW value that kind of diversity leadership?
Oh, absolutely. You know, leadership takes a lot of different paths, and it takes a lot of different ways of getting to where we need to be. The leadership that when you get involved here at Green River Community College is the same as the leadership at UW. So it's not this huge jump from one to the other. Plus, we need to start working together more. So what we've done this year is we tied UW together with Western Washington University, and we're connecting those First Nation tribes, or those First Nation groups. One is First Nations at University of Washington, and then up at Western it's called the Native American Student Union. I don't hope I got that correct, but we've connected their co-chairs, and now they're going to volunteer at each other's events. So let's say somebody from Western wants to transfer to UW, or vice versa, or do a master's at one of their peer institutions, they're already set, they're already connected to the community.
That's awesome.
And I think that's the biggest thing is networking. As a tribal liaison, all we do is network all day, and I think that helps us to be successful liaisons, in fact. And so I think also for a student to do the same thing, just going to set them up for success. It's like going to college with college credit already from running start. You're gonna succeed.
Yes.
And being in student leadership, you will succeed at the next level, wherever that is.
Well, we know that in the past you've had the opportunity to attend the Green River First Peoples Conference, and this will be our 4th annual conference, and tomorrow we'll be hosting over 268 students and staff and faculty from the Muckleshoot Middle School, High School, and Tribal College. Can you speak to what the UW's opinion is about these types of indigenous conferences, and do they have value for the UW and in partnering with colleges like Green River to host these indigenous summits?
Oh yeah, definitely. The UW, myself, our team, our communities, we see this as a huge benefit. You know, it just benefits the entire community, not just Native, but Green River community, our First Peoples community, and it actually enriches the cities that we're living in.
Yes.
It's just very important because we were just talking about earlier how we feel isolated, but having these events like this, it pulls other people together, and we can come to one central location where we're not historically represented, especially in higher education. In order for us to see each other like that, it's so important. And so yes, the UW and Green River and other universities, we see these as major events, and very important, especially because when you bring a student into an environment of success, is what we call Green River Community College is an environment of success,
Yes.
as is the University of Washington. And I just think it's important for our students to be in this environment. You know,
Absolutely.
you will succeed here. All you see are excellence, and that's something that is so amazing about bringing younger students in, those who are in elementary school or middle school or even high school.
Yes.
It shows them that that Green River and universities value us. They value us, and that's important. That's hard to see, you know, a lot of
Yes.
times. And so these events show our students that they are valuable, they are important, they are precious to us. And then it also gets them thinking about another level. So maybe they don't want to, or they choose to transfer to a larger university like the University of Washington from Green River, which is a great idea. I wish that I had done it, because when I came as a transfer student, I was a party animal. And so I think if I had come from community college, took time to grow up, become more mature, I think I would have been more successful academically. I don't know about leadership wise, because if I hadn't gone early, I wouldn't have met Mike. You know, I wouldn't have met Paulette. So that's the thing is where do I measure my success? And I think it took a long time to finish my degree, and then my master's degree was a breeze. But I think that's a long way of saying that yes, these programs, these events, these symposium, these colloquium are very important
Yes.
for many reasons, from just showing our students that they matter to creating that network for them to take their next steps.
Excellent. So one of our strategies for the future is to try and recruit and retain more Native American faculty. And we recently were able to hire some faculty in the social sciences division and in the trades. And can you speak to whether you believe that more Native faculty can lead to more Native recruitment and enrollment? And is that a noteworthy strategy
Yep.
for the college to pursue?
Yes, it is. I think it's vital. We can use that word here. It's vital to have diverse faculty, not just staff. I mean, granted, staff, we do a lot of things, but faculty are the ones the students are being taught by. Those are the ones that they see as the leadership, as those higher ups, and I think it's very important to recruit a diverse faculty. We actually have a position at the University of Washington. I think it's called the Vice Provost for Faculty Advancement, and that position is meant to just find diverse faculty.
Wow.
And the last person to hold that position, Dr. Luis Fraga, has left, and so now we've replaced him with a new professor named Dr. Chadwick Allen, and Dr. Chadwick is Chickasaw. So he's
Wow.
native,
Wow.
and so he's recruiting for the University of Washington
That's
faculty.
awesome.
So absolutely, it's important to have
Yes.
someone who first can fight for you at that level, and then he actually looks like everybody, right? I mean, nobody wants to say that, but we all need. If you see someone that looks like you, you're a little more inclined to say
Sure.
hello. You're a little
Right.
more inclined to open up to these folks, and that's why it's so very important to have a diverse faculty, as well as the staff. But yeah, I mean,
Excellent.
it's something else to see. a
Well,
position like
the
that.
last question we'd like to get your feedback on is, so our goals were to create a conference, the First Peoples Conference, to recruit and hire Native staff, which we now have in diversity and outreach, in workforce, to recruit Native faculty, which we're in the process of doing that right now, like we mentioned. And then our big goal for the future of Green River College is to build a house of knowledge. And that was one of the ideas that came out of the Office of Diversity with our partnerships with the Mokashu tribe. Can you talk about the recent opening of the House of Knowledge at UW and what you feel a House of Knowledge can do for a college campus,
Right.
and why it's important?
Well, definitely. I mean, first of all, it just acknowledges the land that we're standing on. That this is a Muckleshoot land. That this land has been occupied, and so the fact that we built a longhouse style facility. I have to say that longhouse style facility because it's not Sion, it's not traditional, it's contemporary, and so we built that to acknowledge the peoples, and also to give a visible, tangible piece on these university and community college campuses that show that yes, we are valuable. It shows that we are visible. We're not we're not an Indian head nickel, you know, I'm not
Yes.
I'm not a profile on nickel, I'm not that crying Indian on the side of the road when
Yes.
someone litters, you know, we're not those drunks you see in the streets, you know, we are doctors, we're professors, you know, we are
Yes.
leadership, and that space, those longhouse style facilities are just again another environment of success, and it shows that universities and campuses and colleges appreciate and understand the value of First Peoples, and then to actually build a style that looks like what used to be on this land. That's something else. The University of Washington just opened our longhouse style facility. It's called Wash the Ball. And so we just built that and opened it on Thursday, March 12th. So we are about 8 months old, I think.
Yes.
And so it's the first thing we had to figure out was our students had to start using it. They're like, it's so new, they didn't really know what to do. And eventually I said, come and cook something.
Yes.
Come and stay overnight or just be in the space.
Yes.
And so our students are using it, and now they've created study tables. So and this is study tables for all of our communities, not just American Indian and Alaska Natives, but it's for our entire community. And so it's been really exciting, you know, because they have a place. First they go make their food, then they do their dishes, because I ain't doing them. It's still our house. And then they do their homework, and I think that's something that we do have other study centers, but I mean, nothing feels like home, like, you know, like one of those spaces. And so I think when Green River builds their house here, I think you'll see your numbers are going to spike, and then your faculty, our faculty numbers went up just because we were talking about the building.
Wow.
And now we restarted this process in 2007, and so we were already able to hire new faculty while this project was just in conversations. And now that we have a recruiter like Chad Allen, Dr. Allen, it's I don't even know what you say, man. It's just, it begets the other, you know, like
Yes.
having that, it's chicken and the egg. We got both now. So we're like, we'll just start making our own and growing our own, and that's the most exciting thing is hearing the students, like your facility here. I mean, you hear like some conversations and laughter. I mean, that's what I live for, and that's what Wash the Ball is. It's not a static, you know, picture in time like a museum. It's dynamic, and it's alive. It's a community center, and I think that's what Green Rivers will be, and it's going to be really exciting. You guys are going to just start recruiting faculty like this, just hand over fist. It's going to be, there's no problem.
Well, on behalf of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, we thank you for sharing your vision of the UW Seattle and our partnerships with Green River College. And this has been another edition of First Peoples at Green River.
Yeah.
Go Gators and go Huskies.
Woo!